Have you ever felt like no matter how much walking you do, you're just not feeling better, maybe even a little more tired, a little more achy, and a little less steady on your feet than before? You've probably heard 100 times that. Walking is the best exercise, especially as we get older. But here's the truth. Too much walking after 70 can actually do more harm than good. And if that sounds surprising or even confusing, don't worry, you're not alone now. Don't get me wrong, walking is a wonderful activity. It gets you outside, helps with circulation, and gives your body some much-needed movement. But what most people aren't told is that as our bodies age, we don't respond to exercise the same way we did in our 30s or 40s. In fact, after 70, the wear and tear on joints, the strain on your heart, and the depletion of energy from long or repetitive walking routines can start to work against you. And the last thing we want is for something that's supposed to help you stay young to actually make you feel older. So today, let's have an honest heart-to-heart conversation about what's really happening when we rely on walking too much, and what simple changes you can make to protect your energy, improve your balance, and actually feel stronger, not just more tired. In this video, we'll look at why walking too much after 70 might be accelerating aging, and more importantly, what you can do instead to stay mobile, energized, and independent. I'm going to share 5 simple shifts that can make a world of difference. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership, just a little know-how and a willingness to try something new. So, let's start with the first and maybe most important shift: recognizing the difference between movement and impact. You see, walking is often praised as the gold standard because it's low impact. But even low impact can become high strain when it's repetitive. Think about your shoes for a second. Have you ever looked at the bottom of a well-used pair and noticed the soles are worn unevenly? That's because when we walk, especially as we age, we don't always walk symmetrically. Maybe one hip is a little tighter, one knee is a little stiffer, or maybe you favor one side because of an old injury. What happens over time is this: the uneven wear and tear isn't just on the shoes, it's happening in your joints too. Your knees, ankles, hips, and even your lower back are absorbing thousands of steps a day. And if you're going for long walks, thinking you're doing something good for yourself, but afterwards you feel more sore than strong, that's your body trying to tell you something. It's not that movement is bad. Movement is essential, but it needs to be balanced movement. Instead of pounding the pavement for an hour, consider swapping out part of your walk with gentle strength exercises or stability movements. Just 5 to 10 minutes of focused activity that works your muscles evenly can take pressure off your joints and help you walk better, not just longer. One great alternative: try standing next to a sturdy chair or counter and doing slow leg lifts sideways and backward. These simple movements engage your glutes and hips, the muscles that support your walking stride. Strengthening them can help take pressure off your knees and ankles, reduce your risk of falls, and even improve your posture. And here's the best part: you can do them indoors, with no need for a fancy routine now. Let's move into the second habit: prioritizing recovery as much as movement. This one's a game changer, especially after 70. Most of us grew up with the idea that if you're not sweating, straining, or sore, it doesn't count as exercise. But the truth is, your body at 70 plus thrives on efficient movement and real recovery. The problem is, if you're walking for long periods every single day without proper rest or variation, your muscles don't have time to rebuild, your joints stay inflamed, and your energy slowly drains over time. Ever notice that feeling of being worn out in the afternoon even though all you did was take a walk. That's not laziness. That's your body sending a signal. It's saying, hey, I'm working harder than I should be right now. Give me a chance to catch up. So instead of pushing yourself to walk farther or longer each day, try this: alternate your movement days. One day, go for a short walk, maybe just 15 to 20 minutes at a gentle pace. The next day, focus on recovery. That could be stretching in the living room, doing a few yoga-inspired movements, or simply lying down with your legs elevated to help with circulation. Another powerful recovery tool: hydration and protein. Yes, you heard me. Most people over 70 are walking around mildly dehydrated and undernourished. After a walk, instead of collapsing into a chair, try sipping water slowly and eating a small handful of protein, maybe a boiled egg, a slice of turkey, or a spoonful of peanut butter. This gives your muscles what they need to repair, and it helps reduce the soreness and fatigue that often shows up later in the day. Remember, your energy is a precious resource now. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what works, and recovery is just as important as the activity itself. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video so far, please go ahead and click that like button. It really helps get this message out to more people who need it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more easy, science-backed tips on staying healthy and active after 60. Now that we've talked about balancing movement and prioritizing recovery, let's keep going and look at the next shift that can protect your body and help you feel better every day. What we need to talk about next is building strength, not just steps. This is one of the most overlooked parts of healthy aging. We're often told to keep moving, and while walking is great, it doesn't really do much for keeping your muscles strong. And here's the tricky part: after 60, we lose muscle faster than we think. It's a natural part of aging called sarcopenia, and it starts sneaking in earlier than most people realize. By 70, it's not just about feeling a little weaker, about your muscles literally shrinking if you're not using them the right way. Walking works your legs a little, sure, but not in the way that prevents muscle loss. Think of it like this: walking is maintenance, strength training is building. And after 70, we need to focus more on building than ever before, because muscle is what keeps us independent. It's what helps you get out of a chair without using your hands, carry your groceries, keep your balance on uneven ground, and even support your heart health. But don't worry, I'm not saying you need to go lift heavy weights or join a gym. Simple, bodyweight strength exercises at home can be enough to get started. For example, try standing in front of a chair and slowly sitting down, then standing back up without using your hands. Do that 5 times. If that feels easy, try 10. If it feels hard, do just 1 or 2. The point isn't perfection, it's progress. Another great move: wall push-ups. Stand a couple feet away from a wall, put your hands flat at chest height, and slowly bend your elbows to bring your chest toward the wall, then push back. It's gentle on the joints, works your upper body, and improves posture too. These small actions add up. Just a few minutes a day can make you feel stronger, steadier, and more in control of your body. And when you feel strong, you naturally move more. It's not about forcing it, it's about enabling it. Think of your muscles like a safety net. When they're strong, everything else feels easier: walking, standing, bending, even sleeping. Now, let's talk about another habit that many people skip over, but it's absolutely critical: moving in different directions. One of the hidden Dangers of walking is that it's very repetitive. Same movement, same direction, same pattern. Forward, forward, forward. But life doesn't happen in a straight line, does it? You twist to reach something on a shelf, step sideways to avoid a crack in the sidewalk, or turn around quickly when you forget your keys. If your body only ever practices moving in one direction, you become more vulnerable to falls, stiffness, and surprise injuries when something outside the usual pattern happens. The solution: just sprinkle in some variety. Try doing gentle side steps, just 2 or 3 steps to the right, then back to the left. This strengthens your inner and outer thighs, improves hip mobility, and trains your body to stay balanced in all directions. You can even do it in the hallway or kitchen while waiting for the kettle to boil. Or try a simple twist: stand tall, hold onto a chair for balance, and slowly rotate your upper body side to side. It's amazing how this tiny motion wakes up your spine, engages your core, and keeps your torso flexible. The goal isn't to replace walking altogether. It's to complement it with smarter movement that prepares you for real life. Our bodies were designed to move in all directions, not just forward. So when we train them that way gently and regularly, we move more freely, reduce joint pain, and lower our risk of injury. This brings us right into another key point: listening to your body's whispers before they become shouts. At this stage of life, we have an incredible advantage that younger folks don't. We've learned how to pay attention. The problem is, many of us were also taught to push through discomfort or ignore pain. And while that might have worked in our 40s, now it's a different game. If you finish a walk and your knees ache, or your back feels tight the next day, that's not a failure, that's a message. Your body is saying something needs adjusting. Maybe the walk was too long, maybe your shoes need more support, or maybe you need to stretch afterward instead of just sitting down. These aren't signs to stop moving, they're signs to move smarter. For example, if you feel tension in your hips after a walk, try lying on your back and gently pulling one knee toward your chest, holding for a few seconds, then switching legs. This simple stretch can release tightness and improve circulation. If your feet are sore, it might help to roll a tennis ball under your arches to release tension in the fascia. It's a small thing, but it sends a message to your body that you're paying attention, and your body will respond better when it knows it's being cared for. Pain is not weakness. Fatigue is not failure. These are signals. When you tune in instead of tuning out, you begin to build a partnership with your body instead of constantly trying to override it. And this is where we start shifting from movement as a chore to movement as a gift. When you strengthen, stretch, and support your body in thoughtful ways, walking becomes easier, more enjoyable, and more effective. You're not draining your battery, you're recharging it. And that's the key, isn't it? After 70, we're not just trying to stay fit. We're protecting our freedom, our ability to go where we want, do what we love, and live life on our own terms. That's why these small, smart changes matter so much. Before we keep going, if this video is speaking to you, please take a moment to click the like button. It really helps others find this information. And if you haven't already subscribed, now's a great time to do it. This channel is all about helping you feel stronger, healthier, and more confident with simple, practical advice you can use every day. Let's keep moving, because we're not quite done yet. There's another powerful shift that ties everything together and helps your body not only move better, but feel more energized every single day. And this brings us to one more shift that can make all the difference, not just in how you move, but in how you feel throughout the day. It's about fueling your body the right way before and after activity. A lot of people over 70 start to eat less without even realizing it. Maybe appetite isn't what it used to be, or food just doesn't taste the same anymore. Sometimes it's just a matter of habit. Maybe you've been eating light for years, thinking it's better for your weight or digestion. But here's the thing, your body still needs fuel, especially when you're asking it to move, stretch, and stay active. When you go for a walk, even a short one, your muscles need energy. When you lift yourself out of a chair or do a few leg lifts or wall push-ups, your body needs building blocks to repair and strengthen your muscles. And if it doesn't get those, what does it do? It starts to break down what little muscle you have left. That's when you start noticing your legs feel weaker, stairs feel harder, or you just don't bounce back like you used to. But when you give your body what it needs, hydration, protein, and a little bit of healthy fat, it responds. You feel more awake, your joints feel less stiff, your balance improves, and your energy doesn't dip halfway through the afternoon like it used to. So, how do you do that without overcomplicating things? It's simple. Before you do any kind of movement, whether it's a walk around the block or some light strength work, have a small snack with some protein. It could be a slice of cheese, a boiled egg, a few almonds, or even half a protein shake if you like. Those afterward, follow it up with water and maybe a little fruit or some yogurt. You're not eating a full meal here, just giving your body the support it needs to keep up with the good work you're doing. And remember, hydration is key. As we age, the body's thirst signals become less reliable. That means you could be mildly dehydrated without even knowing it. And when you're dehydrated, every part of movement feels harder. Muscles cramp, energy dips, recovery slows. So try sipping water throughout the day, not just after exercise. You don't need to chug it, just keep a bottle nearby and take small sips regularly. These small acts of support, eating a little protein, staying hydrated, resting when needed, can help walking feel less like a drain and more like a gift. You're giving your body what it needs to stay mobile, balanced, and strong. And I want to share something with you that's maybe the most important thing of all. It's not a stretch, or a snack, or a special exercise. It's this: your mindset matters more than you think. So many people hit their 70s and start to believe that slowing down is just part of the deal. That feeling tired, stiff, or wobbly is just how it's going to be from now on. But that's not the full story. Yes, aging brings changes, but those changes aren't the end of the road. They're an invitation to do things differently, smarter, gentler, with more care, and more attention. When you stop thinking of movement as punishment, or something you have to do to avoid decline, and instead see it as an act of love toward your body, everything shifts. You start listening more. You choose quality over quantity. You begin to treat your body not as a problem to be fixed, but as a companion to be supported. And what happens then? You walk better, you move with more ease, you sleep deeper, your energy lasts longer, and most importantly, you start to feel more like you again, capable, steady, and in control of your day. The truth is, walking can be wonderful, but too much of it, done the wrong way, can wear you down instead of lifting you up. The good news is, you now know exactly what to do instead. You've learned how to balance your walking with strength, with variety, with recovery, and with fuel. And those small shifts, they add up. They protect your body. they lift your spirit. And they help you keep doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, traveling, playing with your grandkids, or just enjoying a quiet morning without aches and pains. So wherever you are in your journey, just remember you're not too old. It's not too late. And it's absolutely possible to feel better than you do right now. It doesn't take a miracle. Just a little consistency, a little patience, and the right kind of movement. If this video helped you, I'd love for you to share your thoughts or experience in the comments. Let us know what part of your routine are you thinking of changing. What's helped you feel stronger or more energized lately? Your story could inspire someone else. And if you haven't already, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does make a difference and helps more people find this kind of helpful, supportive content. Here's to living your best life, no matter your age. Keep moving wisely, keep taking care of yourself, and never underestimate the power of small changes. You've got this. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.